right, I've been having a blast, truly having a blast playing Marvel Future Revolution, and I wanted to talk about whether or not this game is free-to-play friendly, or if it's just a pay-to-win thing. Now, before I get into that, I want to say I don't have any fundamental objections to pay-to-win games or games that you can spend money on it. I mean, I've played tons of Gacha games. I actually love them. And I want to say that I've spent no money so far at all playing this game, and I've had a good time. Getting to level 100, which in my opinion, level 100 is just the tutorial. And once you get to level 100, the game actually starts. And I want to say I've noticed a big pivot in what's happening in the game. The game went from largely PvE content, which did not require any spending at all. Very good experience. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful game. Probably the best Marvel game I've ever played as far as quality, design, just features. The ability to customize my skin to make my Iron Man look as ugly as possible. But I was thinking that, there was going to be a path or a path to grind to catch up. My character right now is about 350,000. A lot of people have spent ungodly amounts of money and they have their accounts at about 800,000. Now, there was a video that came out yesterday, and actually I was planning on making this video yesterday, but I went to Hoover Dam instead, had a blast. And I'm going to make reference to this video a lot because I believe Casey, who's Darth Microtransaction, I highly recommend checking out his channel and subscribing. As far as Marvel Future Revolution content, it's some of the best stuff out there is coming out from Casey for sure. He was talking about the issues that were in Marvel Revolution. He was talking about how people have already spent $50,000 on the game so far, and the game's has only been out 3 weeks. And the question also then popped up on Reddit, and we're going to look at some of the posts here on Reddit about the question about free-to-play versus whaling, which was also a response to this video. This is the same video right there. And there's some interesting points. And before we read Reddit, I just kind of wanted to, with my take of what I see with how things are going and whether or not this game is just straight pay to win, or if there is, any room to grow and, without having to spend ungodly amounts of money. Now, like I said, getting to level 100 mostly is just the tutorial. Absolutely did not have to spend any money at all. But now that I've gotten to level 100, the game has gone pretty much exclusively, a good percentage of it, to PvP content. And so, like, I'm looking at this right here, the rankings for the week, and I'm looking at what I'm going to get award rankings from these modes. And all of these modes right here, with the exception of special operations, where everything is kind of balanced at level 100. Battle challenge is a tower system versus PvE, where, the stronger power my character, the higher you can go. So this is definitely PvE. A mega war is just a whole bunch of people versus a whole bunch of people. And it's definitely whoever's got the most power is winning. Dimension duels are 1 versus 1 arena. Definitely PvP pay to win environment there. Dark zone is also you can go in there 1 hour a day and you can player versus player. It's kind of like mobs. You're trying to kill mobs while people are trying to kill you, and you can definitely is a sniping aspect. You pretty much you can't kill you people in your alliance or you're teamed up. It's kind of like alliance versus alliance, or people in your squad. You go into squads and try to fight these bosses that are very strong, but you have other alliances trying to keep you from killing those bosses, and so it definitely is a pay heavy thing. So the thing is am I going to be able to catch up to the heavy spenders? And yes and no. And actually, as of yesterday or 2 days ago, I was like feeling pretty positive about me catching up to the spenders. And what I mean by that is there's a lot of different upgrade systems in this game, and we're going to only talk about 3 or maybe 4 right now, but we're going to talk about 3 of them. Some of them are very free to play friendly, some of them are not, some of them are just very grindy and RNG based. And let's talk about the very first one, and the one that actually kind of disappointed me the most recently, because I came to the realization that this just was not going to happen, has to do with the skins. And the skins, so the best sets in the game right now are the regional bonuses, the regional sets. And so I have not equipped the regional sets right here, but like this chest piece is a regional set. And I've recently come into a situation where I've been be able to get several of the regional pieces. So like I'm looking for the Hydra regional set. I have 3 out of 4. And almost everybody is telling me is like, wow, you're super lucky. It's super random. Even Casey Darth Microtransaction said, yeah, I've got only 3 out of 4 myself. It cost me several $1,000s to get out of 3 out of 4. You have 3 out of 4 just because you've been lucky. Now there's, from what I can see, there's 3 different places that you can get these. The first place that you can get them is in your daily activities, and inside the daily activities you can go inside of the special operations, and they come in a box right here, and the box changes every day. And so like this will give for the regional bonus from this location. I just happened to get the Hydra, and I was very happy. Now as you go through the stages, you get the helmet for free. And so that's kind of a big deal. You get the helmet. And then they also give you an opportunity to buy a pack where you get one. And it's just unfortunate if you get the helmet, right? So there's a way of buying that when you complete the stage, like you complete the Hydra stage, you can buy the pack and then pray that you don't get the helmet because you get the helmet for free. I pulled one out of this. My understanding of this is super rare. Then also, this happens to be the only place that you can get the sin particles. And then with the sin particles, you can go into the workshop. And inside the workshop, you can craft the pieces for that particular set. And I was feeling pretty good about this because I thought, okay, cool. I just need to go into sleep mode, into a certain zone, and I can get all the pieces for free. As long as I grind it out, I can get all of these pieces. And then I came to the realization, like I was farming a lot of these pieces. I would go into the Hydra area and get that. You can get these pieces. You can get the gold. You just simply can't get these pieces. You can get about 12 a day, and that means you're going to be able to craft like 4 pieces a day. So like right here, I've got 6 crafting. And what I've been doing is I've been funneling from all my alts into my main, all of those sin pieces, so that way I can craft as many pieces as possible. Now, the drop rates on this, it says it's very low. I've pulled one piece out of it. I pulled the chest piece out of here yesterday. I about through my phone, through my tablet, actually. I was in the car driving, and it was in the... I was a passenger in the car. Was not playing the game I was driving. No. Cat was driving. And I was like, wow, I pulled the piece because I know they're super rare. Let's say the drop rate's 1 in 100. Now, going forward, I'm going to need to craft these every day, right? And maybe I'll be able to craft 4, 5, 6 a day, maybe 4 a day if I'm like, whatever, right? And let's say the drop rate's 1 in 100. Well, the problem is that I only need the feet. And let's say I get the 1 in 100 drop happens tomorrow. It might be the helmet, might be the gloves, might be the chest. I'm probably going to have to craft like 400 more of these before I get the piece I want. Fine. So it'll take months. At best, it's going to take months. If the drop rate is 1 in 100, it'll take months. If I can farm like 4 a day, it'll take months. Okay, fine. It's just grindy, right? The other way to get them in, and I've been telling is not, and people are telling me this is not a good way to get them, is to go into this super random, super low drop rates, spend hundreds, if not thousands of dollars, and who knows what you're gonna get. It's just the way it works, and that's the set there that I want. No, I'm not going to do that. So to me, this seems to be a relatively fair mechanic way of doing it because like a lot of the whales I'm talking about have 3 out of 4 pieces. Not a lot of people have full sets. It's just kind of random. And I feel like I've got the same opportunity everybody else to get them. I mean, the people can't buy those sin particles. We're just going to go through it together. The next system, which I also think is very player friendly, is going to be the badge system. I think this is free to play friendly. The badge system is great. You go through the blitzes, like the level 100 blitzes 3 times a day. You can also purchase the 100 badges that are the PvP style from using the mega currency. And it's fine. It's kind of random, right? And you just collect the badges. And the other thing that's really beautiful about them also is they can transfer easily from character to character. Unlike the costumes, the Iron Man costume is just stuck to Iron Man. But these badges I can transfer to my alts. Really simple. And then it's just a function of the cores And the cores are really easy to get. The 4s, the 5s start getting hard, and my understanding is the 6-star cores are nearly impossible. So that is, and it's fine. That's just a grindy thing. Nothing wrong with this system. I'm very happy. Then we've got the card system, the Omega card system. And this is kind of annoying right here. And I do want to say that there are some Omega cards that are free to play friendly. For example, this set number 6 is a great set. This is the one that I'm going to be going for. And all of these pieces right here can be slowly farmed by doing my daily, activities. I can go into Midgardia and I can try to get these. I can hit the prime bosses twice and the mini bosses 7 times to get some cards. Do that every day. Eventually, I should be able to get this set bonus right here, and everything is great. That is not the case for a lot of the sets. A lot of the sets are tied to a legendary card, and the legendary card, let's see if I can find one here. Let's go into the legendary cards are strictly for purchase. And so that's kind of frustrating, right? I'm trying to find one right here, like this number 7. There is a legendary card right here. You see right here, it's in the gold color right here. There is no way of farming that or getting that free to play. Well, that's not true. There is a way of getting it free to play. I'll back up. The only way you can get it is by spending the premium currency inside of the draws right here from the mega cards. And this is where all of these low drop rate legendary cards come from. So yeah, I can save my crystals and just buy them, but literally you would have to open dozens and dozens of these boxes to get the cards. And this is apparently where a lot of the heavy spenders are dumping all the money. And if you're free to play, I get to open 10 boxes and that's it, because I only have 2,900 of the currency. Because I felt like I needed to, at a minimum, spend most of my currency that I got for free through my normal gameplay on unlocking the slots, right? You can unlock a slot for 400, and so I went and did that this morning. So that's kind of annoying that, there's really no access to these, and that's just the way it is. And then lastly, super grindy, the specialization tree. And I think a lot of people have been talking about this quite a bit. The specialization tree is super time consuming, super powerful, and that is done by the raids. And of course, if you have friends that can carry you through the raids, it's easy. And this is where a lot of people are spending the 100 cores on refreshing the raids. It seems to be one of the best ways of spending cores. So that being said, is it free to play friendly? Kind of. And it's just that specifically the mega cards seem to be not that free to play friendly. And also, the second thing about the mega cards, which Darth Microtransaction talks about at length in the videos, is that when you get the mega cards, there is an exclusive stat that is tied to the character when you purchase it or when you acquire them. So like when you're doing those pulls, and that can't be changed. So when it's upgraded, and I have the Iron Man exclusive stat, unlike the badges. The badges can transfer from character to character. The cards can be transferred, but the exclusive stat is not transferable. Just like, and like the costumes can't be transferred at all. So it's kind of like a mix between badges being completely transferable, costumes not being transferable at all, where the cards are kind of transferable. Everything but this Iron Man exclusive stat would not work on my Black Widow. I just wouldn't get the exclusive stat. And so that's a little bit frustrating. So there's a couple comments I wanted to read here on Reddit, and then we're going to wrap up the video, because overall my experience has been good, free to play. And I think it's just coming down to, do I really have a free to play mindset? Am I okay with people having double the power level of me? I've got 350,000. Other people have 800K. Maybe I'll catch up to them someday. Or is the scenario like this person? This person does not think it's a good idea. He thinks it's terrible. It's not important. Says biggest problem you're going to encounter is the vast difference in power between whales and free to play. Yes, you can get almost everything. We talked about how you can't get those gold legendary Omega cards unless you basically spend lots and lots of money, hundreds of dollars, if not thousands of dollars. But it'll literally take you years to that point where they are now. And at that time, they only get stronger. Right now, whales are running PvP game modes because they are impossible to kill and literally rack up dozens of kills and thousands of points with no contest. That's the biggest threat to the game. Whale to be able to have these, these lower differences, and they're getting it for sure. 800K power on some of them compared to free-to-plays at best are 400K right now. I'm at 350K. But with such a difference, there's only so much of a ass kicking the non-whales can tolerate before they leave, and the whales have nobody left to dominate, nothing left to spend for. And that is partially true. And I'm kind of wondering if that experience that we're having right now is because we are in soft launch on the Canadian Android servers. And basically, if you're in Canada and if you're on Android phone, you can play the game. But a large percentage of people on this server are YouTubers and streamers that have dumped thousands and thousands of dollars into the game to get ahead early and get advantage of making content. And also other people that are not YouTubers or streamers, but to people that are willing to buy a VPN and join the servers and get a head start. So I'm not sure if it's just a feeling that's happening right now because it's early and all the early adopters are here and all the streamers and YouTubers are here and they're trying to get ahead and they're spending money and a lot of things like that. I'm not sure if that is the biggest problem or if it's going to be that way on global launch on other servers. Like if you just join a normal, a random North American server, it may not be as pay heavy as it is right now in a soft launch. And then it goes, and then this is going to say daily. So then it says the only way a free-to-play can enjoy this game is as a purely single-player game with zero multiplayer social aspects. And my experience is the tutorial, levels 0 to 100, like I said earlier in the video, the tutorial's over when you get to 100, and the game starts at 100, but it largely is a PvP environment. Would that even work? I seriously doubt, since the content is 100% funneled into the intros. It's at the beginning. After that, zero voiceovers, very few cutscenes, and take your first character through the main story, and that's it. And what's your motivation to level alts? So yeah, it's pretty much after you get through the tutorial, which is level 0 through 100. Most of the end game stuff is PvP, whether it's the Dark Zone or the Duel or the Mega War. There's still some special ops. Everything's balanced at level 100, but you can only do that once a day and you can't even buy it. That's fine. And then there's also the battle tree. It's like a tower, which it's all PvE content and skill-based, actually. A lot of it's skill-based and having builds. But, of course, having higher power helps there. I think that's one of the few opportunities where people can thrive if they're free-to-play, for sure. And so, lastly, I do want to say... This person right here says you will hit a wall, but you also slowly progress your character day by day. You may not be able to get the very best gear cards, but you always have something to work for. It's free to play. You have to do choices that whales won't, like funnel gear from your alts to make your main starter stronger. That's what I'm doing right now. And the cost of not having decent geared alts. That's what's happening right here. On the top of it, there's the luck part RNG, and there will be free to play full regional gear within a week. And yes, and I'm one of those people where I have 3 out of 4 pieces, and that's random. And a lot of the heavy spenders are like, wow, I only have 3 out of 4 pieces and I've spent thousands. And it just kind of comes down to luck. So at the end of the day, I think the game has been a good experience. Getting to level 100 is free to play. I think that the game has changed now that I've gotten to level 100. It's gone mostly PvP content, and the whales have an advantage. And what I'm expecting is the whales to hit a ceiling and me to creep up slowly over time, and the spread between the power levels to narrow. I don't know if I'll ever be able to close the gap entirely, but I don't believe that they're always going to stay ahead of me. I believe I'm going to be able to get within 10 to 20% of where they're at and not spending money and have just a good of an experience. What do you think? What is your experience so far? Are you playing the game free to play? If you're interested in checking out the game, I got to tell you, it's beautiful. AAA mobile game. Link in the description on if you want to play this game now. Right now, it is soft launched in Canada on Android devices, so you can play the game today if you want, like I do, on an LD emulator right here. It's like a Android emulator for your PC and with a VPN. All right, let me know what you think in the comment section. And as always, thanks for watching and keep on gaming.